Hi guys, welcome. I'm here doing a unboxing and review for Mother Goose Time. This is the great little package it comes in. It's from Experience Curriculum. This is a preschool set. My preschool set is set up for 6 children right now because that's how many children I'm working with, but you can get sets tailored from 1 to 4 on up for your classrooms or for your homeschool settings. So when you first order a kit, the kit comes with a welcome package. It's a one-time thing, whether you order 6-month subscription or just one single kit. But it's really awesome. It has a book called Getting Started. And in here, it just tells you how to set everything up, how to use all the books that come with it, and sample routines, all that type of stuff to kind of just get you going and familiar. And if you are new to teaching preschool or new to homeschool or just need a refresher, this is a great tool for you to have. Also in your welcome pack is a developmental continuum of skills. So this is a reference guide. So this kind of just shows you what children should be doing at different stages developmentally and within their age range. So it gives you literacy skills, social skills, emotional skills. It breaks everything down. Along with this lovely little handbook comes a developmental continuum of skills mapping system. So this is a rather large poster, as you can see, and it breaks it down by the goals, the age benchmarks that you're looking for, and the color codes are the different types of benchmarks. So ranging from social, emotional, physical, language and literacy, number, concept, social studies, science, creative development, and acquisition of a few other skills there. So this is great to have handy. This kind of breaks it down and dives more into it for you. And then what you will find, well, we'll get to that in a second. What else you'll find in the welcome kit is a great Our World map. So it's a continental map, as you can see here. You'll use this throughout a lot of different units. It's a great thing if you want to laminate it or put it up somewhere high. You'll also get calendar pieces that pop right out. So you'll get things to make a large tree. So this is just part of the section. You'll put the tree up and you'll get different things to hang on the tree and to decorate the tree according to seasons. So here's a couple other pieces. The great thing about this is anything that needs to come, say, out is perforated, so you can pop it right out really easily. It's nice and thick, it's a glossy material, so if you want to laminate it, you can, but you don't have to. I'm a laminator though. You have clips to use with your calendar wheels and weather wheels. So these are some of the pieces for the days of the week, the topics. You can use the clips to add on new things each day or each week, depending on how you set it up. So all these calendar pieces, number pieces, and weather pieces, we have a lot of those, are included. And let me get over here. You have your display for your letters, and then your numbers for your trees, and of course your months. We have all of those. It also includes your daily schedules if you want to use those, whether you homeschool or teach at a preschool or do a home preschool. These can be very helpful. And like I said, so you can just pop these right out. These are the weather ones, and laminate them or just use them. There will be another video later on how we set up our calendar area, and you can do it permanently up on a wall, or you can do a tri-fold board so you can put it away really easily. I also included this is how to create a child's portfolio, which if you are trying to meet either homeschool evaluation, assessments and benchmarks, or preschool, this is great for you to turn into your county and state. It gives you a good guide. One last thing it comes in here is I'm a Little Helper. And it just gives ideas for responsibilities around the classrooms and things they can do. They also work for your home. Pretty much anything that they could do in this, you could also do at home if you're doing this as a homeschool curriculum. So that is the welcome packet that comes with your first kit. You also, with your first kit, get this awesome dice. And what's great about it is it has these little clear pockets. So you'll get different cards to use with the units that you put in the dice, and so it's very interactive. So you want to keep this handy and keep it up so you don't lose it. So the kit that we bought for March, that's the one we're reviewing, is their pond unit kit, which is super exciting because most of us right now are stuck in our neighborhoods and somewhat indoors, depending on where you are with this pandemic. But it's a great time of year to study pond life, to be able to go on walks if there's any ponds near your house, or I know a lot of states what you can do right now is go hiking, so hopefully you could see some marshes, some creeks, some ponds, and explore more. So I just want to show you what it looks like once you dive in past the welcome kit, what it would look like each month every time you get a kit. So each one comes with a continuum of developmental skills that you will touch upon for the unit. So for Pond Life, it shows you for social emotional what lessons touch what skills. That'll really help to track progress, especially if you're looking for that proof of progress and assess. It aligns with that large developmental curriculum. Let me see if I can find it again for you. Here it is. Here's the continuum, this large chart. So that's what it references, all of these in that book that I showed you earlier. So every month you'll get one of these. It's basically your plan. These are the things you're hitting to make sure your child's developing and moving forward, or your children that you're teaching. And that'll help you keep track. It's laid out so nice and color coded. So that comes in your main packet. What also comes in the main packet is a summary of the skill assessment. So you have the detailed chart and you have an easy summary to check off and to kind of go through. And any additional supplies you need, which are very few, are listed on the back of this chart. So you can grab them and have them ready. Then it gives you a list of supplied materials, and I'll show you how that's set up in just a second. But like I said before, it supplies pretty much everything you need, which is awesome. Real time saver for all of us busy moms and teachers. All right, so then we have our guides for our teacher. So the guides are broken down for each week if you choose to use them in weeks. So for us, for ponds, lessons 1 through 5, around the pond, lessons 6 through 10, pond plants, lessons 11, 15, pond insects, and lessons 16 through 20, life in the pond. So you can see it's set up for about 4 weeks. There's a teacher guide for each week. And in the teacher guide, it gives you additional information and shows you your pond web, which I'll show you in a few minutes, which shows you what you're going to be covering that week, gives you some life-like photographs to share, and gives you how everything is laid out, gives you an overview and actual pictures of what you'll be doing. So you have a color visual of the exact materials in each week's kit, which is awesome. You also have a planner, so if you want to plan beyond what they give you, you can, which sometimes I like to add some of my own things or make my own notes. And it gives you step-by-step directions for all the things included in the kits. So this is super handy for each week. It also comes with, we'll do the web first, the web for the month. So our monthly theme here is Pond Life. And it's broken down into the 4 sections, these books that I just told you about. So each week. And then within that week, there's 5 days. Now, it's up to you as a teacher or homeschool parent if you want to do those 5 days separately, or if you want to combine days, or if you do a week within 2 or 3 days, or you do a month's work in 2 months. So you can tailor this. It's set up to do several days a week consistently, but if you homeschool or say you only have kids 3 days a week, you can tailor it for that. So that's your web. And then, I love this, the planner and me. This is your daily activities. So it breaks it down. It's a calendar. You can put the date up in the corner here, and you can set it up so that it shows you what activities to do each day. If you choose not to do lesson 1 on day 1 and so on and so forth, you could just use this almost as a checklist. and go back and check off what you've done, or put the date, say if you do lesson 1 and 2 on Tuesdays and 3 and 4 on Thursdays, you could enter it that way too. But this is just a great setup. It's a good visual. It can be used as a checklist. I love it. So that is something that you get. And then every month you also get what my kids like, a CD. It's a music CD. It has a list of songs on the back. What's awesome about this is it's educational. So they're learning more about whatever concept is being taught. It normally includes core concepts like literacy and math skills. It can be played in the car, or we play it in our schoolroom here, wherever you want to use it. But it's really great. The kids like it. Even my older kid, who is going into 1st grade, enjoys it. I'd say up through 2nd grade can definitely jump on board with the CDs. So that's included every month. So that's your main teaching packet. Then it is broken. Oh, before I get down there, I'm sorry. It goes to core concepts. So you get a pack of core concepts. Every month you have things that you're focusing on. You can always focus on additional things as well. But for this month, the main focus are numbers 13 and 14, stars, pond life, the letters N, W, and Z. And it'll show you some different things that start with those or sound like those letters. So those are your core concepts. Does that mean you can only focus on N, W, and Z? No, but they're gonna have activities that are geared more towards those things. It's up to you how far you wanna take it and what else you want to integrate. So that's what it's set up like. And in the core concepts, this is my favorite part, the teacher in me loves this, are some manipulatives and some things that you will get to use beyond this unit. So the counters for this unit, they are shaped like ducks. Let me show you because they're really cool. Here's a little yellow duck, and they're all different colors, but they're actually shaped like ducks. And those are our counters that we'll use for this unit. But what's great is we save all these manipulatives and we get to use them in later activities. We have some clips and string that we'll use later on. Here's our star bag for when we go on a hunt. We have punch numbers 13 and 14. They're a little bit hard to see there. We have our black spinners for our game, our loose letter parts. So these are corrugated cardboard. They're pretty thick, and you get to punch those out and use those to create letters. It's kind of like what you would do with handwriting without tears, except they're colored and they're themed based on what letters you're using that month. But you can use them for other letters as well if you'd like. And then we have our poster for the month that we'll use for some games and interactive activities. Our number card set for the month here. Our stars, because that's what we're studying. And we have some real life pictures and conversation cards that we'll use. I love because they're real photographs. They're not just drawings. There are some drawings throughout, but they're actually using real life animals during this, which is great. And then you have, each month you get a new calendar base that you can use with the welcome calendar kit, including the calendar pieces. So we have frogs. It's great because they're punch out again. So if you want to do this kit, say the pond kit in May, you still can, it's okay. And then they have your letter boards for practicing using those punch outs. And we're really focusing on the numbers 13 and 14, so they have activities focusing on those. So your core concept pack, all of that comes together in that part of your packet. And it's different each month depending on what the theme is and depending on what numbers and letters are the focus. So that's your core concepts. Now let's get into the weekly breakdown. This is my favorite part. So I opened one already, but I want to show you each week is in a baggie, and it shows you what you're studying, or each day I should say, is in a baggie. It shows you what you're studying. So this is week 1, lesson 2. I opened week 1, lesson 1, so I want to show you what I opened over here. So right here, week 1, lesson 1, and we're learning about turtles the first week, which is great because we were just observing them outside. So in that plastic pack comes all your craft supplies, pretty much everything you need. So here's our craft supplies all ready to go for the number of children that we have. It comes with these little, cutouts that we'll be using during our creative sessions and reading sessions. It shows us what to do. Today I created a turtle pool toy, and it tells a fact about turtles and something for parents to ask them. Now, if you're homeschooling, you could still do this and have a grandparent ask them, a neighbor, a spouse, or you could Zoom with someone and have them talk about it. Some of my kids like to use the Marco Polo app and show what they've made, especially right now, and then they can share it. And if everyone has this question, they could talk about it together, which is really cool. So every day there's a card to show what they've done and to talk about it. So you would send that home normally with parents, or again, just use it in your home. There's new nameplates every week and little games that you do. Let me just move that stuff out of the way. So if there's a family newsletter that you can send home if you're doing this with other children. I love the family newsletter. It shows the web, it talks about everything that you've done. Everything is hands-on that you're doing, which is so great. And it gives them extensions to do at home. If you're using this as a homeschool curriculum, I would save that family newsletter, put one in a binder each month, and put it along with your from your teacher tools pack. Put it with your skills and your calendar that maybe you've checked off, and there is your reminder of what you've done and some proof of what you've done. So it shows you your make and play, what you have. There are games in here. Everything is pre-cut and ready to come out. And there is a book. There's not a book necessarily for every lesson, but there's at least normally 2 books for the month. And they're books that you can keep reading aloud or having your kindergartners or preschoolers reading to you. So they're really heavy duty, nice books. So that is all just for lesson 1, day 1. So if we want, I'll go ahead and open one more so you can just continue to get a better idea. So this is lesson 2. So we're gonna open the pack, week 1, lesson 2, and it shows you, like I said, right at the top, week 1, lesson 2, we're learning about snakes, which my boys love. So in this pack, again, you have a foldout that you'll be using for a game and activity. You have the pieces that are nice and heavy duty to punch out. Here are the other pieces to the game. You have an invitation to create, so they will create things. You have a real life picture for them to study during their creations. And then you have your supplies to create. So all of that is in the pack. So if you are a person who maybe doesn't have a lot of time or wants to be creative but cannot run from place to place, this is a great kit for you. Everything is there for you. There's very little things that you need to supplement. And if you want to supplement, you're able to. Now, if you have an age range, say I have, a 6-year-old going into 1st grade, I have a rising kindergartner, and then I'm going to have a 2.5-year-old this fall. And we have other curriculum that I'm doing with my 1st grader, with my kindergartner, but I wanted to do this with my 2-year-old. And he's on the cusp of being ready for the preschool box, but I went ahead and ordered that, and you can order the Little Goose book, which helps you to look at how to do this with younger ones. And normally if you have older kids, they can rise to the occasion. If you don't have older children and you have children under 3, you could go with the Mother Goose Curriculum Toddler Pack, which is simplified and geared towards their developmental states. If you have kindergartners and 1st graders chiming in, or a preschooler who maybe is a little ahead of the curve, they have extension packs that you can use. So you can extend beyond in math and literacy with some supplemental curriculum that they have. But I know what we like to do is then check out other books at the library. We like to look at our Wildcat shows and on Brain Pop and pull other resources and dive a little bit deeper with the older kids. So my 1st grader, we might do some of this all together because I like us to do at least something together every day. And the older kids will do the craft with us and do the base lesson with us. And then normally I'll let them do an extension while I finish up with the youngest, which is so great. So the extension might be a journal reflection. It could be a different art project. We could be research and reading. So there are other things that we might do. And then once I'm done, I'll go and do the rest of my schoolwork with my older children, and my 2-year-old will have had his preschool time. So it's a really great setup. It's really good for homeschool, or if you're doing a preschool in or out of your home and need something a little more streamlined, I love it. Like I said, you can add to it if you want to, but you don't have to. So it's a great balance, and I highly recommend checking out Mother Goose Time from Experience Curriculum. Again, this was the preschool box. Thanks for watching.